Hi everybody, what's up? Liz Medley here. I want to talk to you about Sunless tanner. So this is part one of a two-part series all about Sunless application, how to prep your skin before you use a self-tanner, how to prevent yourself from being orange, and how to take care of your self-tanning products. So I'm really excited to bring this two-part series to you. I have been in the sunless industry, 2003 to 2015. I now work from home, but I've applied almost 100,000 spray tans. And so when I opened in 2003, we were specifically a spray tan salon, and we would get the call like, what is this? Because it was so new to the market. And so today I'm not going to talk to you about spray tanning, but I'm going to talk to you about sunless tanners, how to prepare your skin before a sunless application, and a little bit how to prevent yourself from becoming orange, and how self-tanners actually work. So I'm going to be using two different products to show you guys. But before I do that, let's hold question. You can post your questions as we go into the comments. If you're watching this as a replay, I do read all the comments, so you can put them down there. And also just say hi and where you are coming from. I am in Indiana. The salon that I owned was called Air Tan, and it was in Franklin, Indiana. We specialized in self-tanning, and we grew into a full-service salon. So the first thing that you need to do is you need a shower. Shower, shave, exfoliate. No lotion, no makeup, and no deodorant. So when you are exfoliating, I recommend using a washcloth. And the reason I recommend using a washcloth is because you're going to get a more even exfoliation. So you're going to wrap your hand around your wrist, and you're not going to miss spots. If you're using a loofah, you'll more likely exfoliate in strips or sections. So definitely use a washcloth. You don't need to scrub hard, just use the washcloth all over, especially if you are using a moisturizing body wash. After you rinse that off, you need to take your washcloth back over your skin so there's no residue left on your skin, creating a barrier. So let's recap. Shower, shave, exfoliate. No lotion, no makeup, and no deodorant prior to the application. And the reason is you don't want to create a barrier between your skin and the product. So the reason that you don't want that barrier there is because sunless tanner reacts with the amino acids in your skin cells. This is going to get totally nerdy for a minute. It's called the Maillard reaction. It's the same reaction that happens when you cut an apple in half. The warmth of the air and the oxygen turn the apple brown or turn the pear brown. It's called the Maillard reaction. The same thing happens with the carbohydrates. The sugar in the self-tanning product reacts with the amino acids in your skin cells, your dead skin cells, and you'll notice yourself darkening throughout a period of time. So, isn't that incredible? It's pretty freaking cool. But here's the thing. Self-tanners oftentimes are already processed and reacted in the bottle. So you're putting it on, and it may already have a little bit of a smell. That smell is starch. The sugar has turned into starch. That reaction needs to happen on your skin, not in the bottle, not on the store shelf. So you need to make sure that you are getting fresh self-tanning product. So, recap: shower, shave, exfoliate, no lotion, no makeup, no deodorant. Make sure you take that washcloth back over your skin to get any residue from your body wash off. You need to store your self-tanning products. I keep mine in the refrigerator. You can also, in my inventory, I keep several of these on hand, several of these products. I keep them in my basement because it's cool and it's dark. And so I don't take the risk of it processing in the bottle before I'm putting it on. It does have a 2-year shelf life, self-tanner does, if you're storing it properly. Okay? So that will prevent you from turning orange. Now, what about elbows, knuckles on your hands, your knees? Here's what you need to do for there. If you can see dry skin on your elbow, then you need to take a tiny, tiny little bit of moisturizer, just a little bit, just on your fingertips, and just kind of dab it on there, just so you prevent it from absorbing, and it'll turn like rusty or dark or orange, okay? Same thing on your knees and on your ankles, okay? So those are kind of areas to be careful of. So if you can see dry skin on those areas, then you'll want to just put a really thin, just a tiny bit of lotion on those areas. Same thing, like I guess if your arms or your legs are super dry and you can see skin falling off, you could take a little bit of lotion, same thing, just a tiny, tiny bit, add just a little bit of water maybe to it, and just kind of hit those areas. But you don't want to create a thick barrier. So you wouldn't want to put a lot on there. Elbows, knuckles on your hands, ankles, and knees. Okay, so another thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you shake your products before you use them. This is a lotion, so I'm going to show you a lotion, and I'm going to show you a spray. Now, shake them before you use them. Shake, 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 shake. Okay, so for your face, or for my face, this is what I like to do, is the spray. And so, there's some tricks to this, okay? So I'm going to actually spray this one. Okay, it's a brand new bottle, so I went ahead and just sprayed it into my washcloth. This is just a damp washcloth that I like to keep around in case I get it on my hands. So being a applying spray tans for most of my adult life, I always had a brown finger, and I don't want brown fingers. I don't want brown hands. This was my trigger finger, and so I would always have a little bit of product right there on it. So I always, when I'm doing it at home, I always have a washcloth with me. Hey Krista, what's up? Hey, if you're just joining in, comment below, say hey. If you have questions as I'm going along, ask questions. I will probably wait till the end to answer them. So anyways, thanks for hopping on here. I'm super excited to share this with you guys. It's that time of year that the sunless industry just booms. People want products. People want to look good. And so this is super exciting. What's up, Angela? Thanks for hopping on. Okay, so the pump. I love this pump. And you can do the same with aerosol. But this pump is nice because it's just a super fine mist. And it's kind of scary when you're getting ready to spray your face. But you want to fully commit to a full, because if you're just kind of like, it's going to spit on you. So just fully commit and hit it one time. And I can show you if it spits what you need to do. So what I'm going to use this on my chest and shoulders, and then I'm going to use lotion on everything else. But you want to hold it about 8 to 10 inches away from your face. And you are going to hold I don't want to spray my curtains. You're going to hold your hand at a steady position, and you're going to move your face. And the reason you do that is because you want to stay the same distance. If you're doing this, you're going to spray certain areas heavily and other areas are going to be missed. So hold your hand stationary and move your face so it's always the same distance away. The other important part of this is don't look for the product, feel the product. If it lands here, feel it land and know it's there, because it is going to darken over time. Remember, that's the Maillard reaction. That's what the sugar, the carbohydrates, the fancy carbohydrates in our product reacting with the amino acids in your dead skin cells. Same thing when you cut an apple, the warmth in the air and the oxygen turn the sugar into starch and it's browning. Same thing with this. So you're going to darken throughout time. So shake it, hold your hand stationary, and fully commit to pulling the trigger. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do my front first. Okay, I felt it land on me, and I think it's even. I'm going to let that absorb just for a moment, and I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to try and make it kind of like splatter. I don't know if I can be that good to like make it do that, but if you don't fully commit, you're like, then it'll spit on you. But I want you guys to see that in case that happens to you. I can show you how to fix it. And sometimes when the bottle's getting low, if you're moving your hand, then it's not going to spray out even. So hold your hand stationary. Okay, that's probably good. I'm going to be super tan. And it didn't spit. Okay, we'll pretend it did. Pretend that it like, so what you would do is you would take the back of your hand and you would just pat it. And then it would be fine. Here's another thing about patting. Say that I get my Sunless tanner on, I go out, I'm running errands, doing my thing, or cleaning, or whatever. Let's not pretend like I clean. I don't clean. But if I get a raindrop on me, it starts raining when I'm out running around or whatever, or I get a water splat on me, and I'm like, oh no, my self-tanner, look, you can see the watermark. What you can do is you can pat dry that watermark area, and then what you will do is you will take and press your skin on skin, because self-tanner will transfer. So if I have a rain spot wherever, and I have self-tanner over here, I can just press this against here, and it's going to transfer the self-tanner to the back of my hand and fill that spot in. However, the same thing will happen if you go to bed, or if you put self-tanner on at night and you go hop in bed and you fall asleep with your hand on your face. You're going to wake up. It's not going to ruin your face where you touched, but now your hand is going to be tan. Or if you fall asleep with your hand on your chest or your neck, or your husband falls asleep with his hand on your arm, his hand is going to be tan. It's not going to ruin where it touches, but it's going to transfer. So, all right. So self-tanner. In the spray, I use that on my face and my neck. So let's talk about the self-tanning lotion. Same thing, you want to shake it up. You also want to kind of mush it around in the bottle so it's nice and mixed. Always make sure that you are keeping it somewhere dark and cool. And then let me show you this. So there's some tricks to this. Let me take this foil off. This one's brand new too. Okay. So what you are going to do is, there's two different ways that you can do this. Small sections at a time. So I'm going to do from my elbow to my wrist, so you guys can see it. So there's two or three, there's different ways that you can do this. I'm going to show you two. I'm going to show you with my hand, and I'm going to show you with this little sponge here. Always make sure you have a damp washcloth with you in case you get it on your finger, so you can just immediately just wipe off your finger. And you do not rub lotion on, or you don't rub it in, you rub it on. I don't know if that makes sense. If you start trying to rub it in like regular lotion, it's going to ball up and bead and just be disgusting, okay? So I'm going to show you this really quick, and then I'm going to talk to you guys or answer any questions that you may possibly have. That probably was way too much, so it just takes a tiny bit. And we're just going to rub it on. For your hands, there's not a lot of product on here, and so you just kind of flare it down. Okay? So don't rub it in, rub it on. The underneath side is lighter on your arms. So like I didn't add any more product to my sponge. I just used it, it's slightly damp from the product on the top of my arm. So there is that. Okay, so do you guys have any questions? We talked about shaking the product, store it. So let's do just a real quick recap. How to prepare your skin. Shower, shave, exfoliate. No lotion, no makeup, no deodorant prior to the application. If you use a moisturizing body wash before, or like in the shower or whatever, make sure that you take your washcloth back over your skin to make sure there's no residue left on your skin before applying a Sunless tanner. You'll want to wait anywhere from like 4 to 6 hours probably. You can go longer than that, but do not wait over 24 hours before showering your Sunless tanner off. Shake the product prior to application, store it somewhere cool and dark, and I think that's kind of a recap. Hold your hand steady, move your face, not your own. My alarm just went off. Lotion, rub it on. Don't rub it in. If you start rubbing it in or put too much on, it's going to start balling up and you're going to look really dirty. It may process and be fine once you shower, but it's just, it could just be, it doesn't have to be a messy application. You can use your hand or you can use the sponge applicator. Make sure that you have a damp washcloth. So then if you get any on your fingers, you can just kind of wipe your fingers off. And I think that's about it. Angela asks, you wet the body blender too? Nope, I don't wet the body blender. Oh, earlier I said the word damp because I put a little bit of lotion on it, did the top of my arm, and then it was still kind of like if I would have done the top of this arm, I would have needed to add more product. But I could still feel that it was kind of wet. So that's when I did the underneath side of my arm. Does that make sense? So, all right. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll be nice and tan. I hope you show up bronze also. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about taking care of your tan, how to prevent from getting blotchy and splotchy, and the aftercare part of Sunless Tanner. So anyways, if you have questions, comment below. Thanks for joining in. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.